Hello, my name is Mathias Villota. I play for Team Innova, and today I'm going to show you what's in my bag. So, starting off with the putters, I use my putting putters. I'm using the KC Pro AVRs. These were the first putters I chose because they felt good in my hand, and the KC plastic is good and stiff. So if it gets warm in the summertime, there's no grip issues, and I get a clean release every time. And the one thing I also love about the AVR is that it has a lot of glide. So when I need to putt from 30-40 meters, there's no problem to choose this bad boy because it's always flying real straight. So next we have throwing putters. I have two throwing putters. For the understable one, I have the KC Pro Whale. This I use just for backhand turnover shots or straight to hyzer flips. If we have like a good tailwind, I can also pop it in the air with a good bit of hyzer, and it will just hold the line. And yeah, also KC plastic. I'm really liking this plastic. So, and the next one is Evelina Salonen Tour Series AVR 3. This one's more stable, so I can throw it in the wind, and it's really torque resistance. I throw it anything between 40 and 105 meters. I can throw it full power flat. It will hold the line and just give me a gentle fade at the end. So this putter I'm also really liking. Moving on, approach series. I have 4 approach series discs. Let's start off with I bagged 2 Galvin Heimberg Toros. These are in star plastic. These are pretty much like Innova Zone for you, some of them are out there. It's really overstable, which I really like, and it's flat. It sits really good in the hand, and you can throw it forehand and backhand. So that's what I'm always looking for, a disc that you can throw it both ways. And yeah, the blue one I have is a little bit more beat up. It has some distance in it, but not really. And this white one is pretty much brand new. So when we have stronger winds, then I will prefer the white one, so it doesn't do some crazy flips in the wind. Then I probably have the disc I throw the most, I think, in the Innova lineup. I have my Star Gator. I don't have enough words for this disc because I think it's really versatile. You can throw forehands with it, straight shots with it, backhand hyzers, you name it, everything. So I'm really digging this Star Gator. It's also has a good profile, and yeah, everything, all my approaches within 90 meters, I throw this Star Gator. And last, a bit straighter one, I have the Star Rat. This one I put in my bag because I needed something which is like the Toro, but has more glide, and this is exactly what I need. I can throw this with backhand almost up to 110 meters. Anything that just needs a gentle fade at the end with backhand or holds the really long straight line, I will opt for the Star Rat. Moving on, we have mid-ranges. I have 4 mid-ranges in my bag. Starting with the most understable one, we have the Halo Mako 3. This is also like crazy good disc in my opinion. It's a bit understable, so I can throw this. I use it for straight shots and also long turnovers, everywhere in the woods or even in the open. Yeah, I don't have much to say. It's just a really good disc that I like. Throw it with backhand and hyzers and straight shots. Next one, I have 3 rocks. Starting off, I have I think this is DX plastic rock 3. This one I use for pretty much all my straight shots. I just throw this disc with a little bit hyzer flip, and it just holds the line the full flight. So this disc speciality is that this doesn't need room to fly straight in the woods. So I'm really liking this one also. Then I have my most thrown mid-range at the Innova lineup. There's Champion Rock 3. This is also really like the perfect stability that a mid-range needs. I can throw it with full power backhand. It just holds the line. It doesn't flip for me. It just holds the line, and it also has a like okay stable finish at the end. So yeah, I can throw this with flex shots and everything. So this is probably my go-to mid-range at the moment. Yeah, I really like it. And now I have my most overstable one. It's the Rock X3. This is like a meat hook mid-range basically. I can throw it into any headwind, any crosswind, and this thing will never flip. So you always need something like this in your bag, something that you can rely on in heavy winds. And this is exactly that. This is also feels really good in the hand, but it's just crazy more overstable than the Rock 3. But I'm really digging this one. Moving on, we have Fairways. I have 6 Fairways in my bag. Starting off with the most understable one, I have the Star T-Bird. T-Bird is a disc that I instantly really liked. The flight is really good. I can throw it. I throw most of my fairway shots with this one. I can throw this one straight. I can make it turn over. It's really versatile again. Yeah, like really good disc, and I should recommend you buy this one. Moving up, we have a T-Bird 3. So this is pretty similar to the T-Bird, but it's more stable, and I think it's maybe a bit quicker. So if there's a bit more wind or I'm not feeling the flip at any day, so I would then choose this one so I can throw it more harder into the wind. That it's more better in the wind. It's more capable of not flipping over for me. Then we have Firebirds. I have 3 Firebirds. Starting off with the most understable one, we have the Ken Climo Champion Firebird. When I joined with Innova, I immediately wanted to try the Firebird because I've been seeing this disc flying around for many years, and I've always wanted to try this one. And when I got my hands on this, I fell in love instantly. And this Firebird Champion one I have, it was straight flippy out of the box. So even with my pretty bad sidearm, I can flip this one, and it will give me a good amount of distance in the woods. This is the only disc I don't throw for backhand because it suits so good for a forehand that yeah, everything between 100 meters with a forehand straight shots, I'm choosing this one. Then we have I have a bottom stamp Innova Firebird. This is just a bit more stable one, like in between my understable and overstable one. Yeah, anywhere in the woods on an open field, I can always trust this disc. And I also got my first hole-in-one with Innova was this disc with a forehand, so that's a good memory. And yeah, this is my last Firebird, the Halo Firebird. This is the most overstable one, so this is the one I can always count on if I need a crucial shot in a tournament, or I know that this disc will not flip. And I can throw forehand flexes with this, backhand flexes with this. It's just, yeah, my most overstable one, and can't live without this one. And moving on, I think this is a fairway, but this is the Halo Thunderbird. I think this is a disc that, like, the Thunderbird is a disc I have never thrown. Like, it has a really unique flight. When I first threw this, I was like, oh my god, this is crazy how good of a disc this one is. It goes really far, and it's really torque resistance, which I really like. If I throw this with max power, flat release, it will just hold the line the full flight and have a gentle fade at the end. So I think this is one of the most underrated discs that Innova has. in its lineup. I really recommend you try this one, and yeah, it's one of my favorites. I use it for many different shots. So yeah. Oh, I have actually one more fairway. I almost forgot. Um, I have the Star Roadrunner. Star Roadrunner is, as you assume, my roller disc. Yeah, I just pop it in the air with a flat release, full power, and it will turn on its back and start rolling. And this is also a really good roller disc. It holds the line perfectly, and it goes really far. That's basically all you need from a roller disc. So you should give it a go. And now we have the final lot. We have the drivers. Starting off with my most understable one, I have the Halo Wraith. Don't let the speed fool you, because this is not 11 speed. This flies like 14. I think this is one of my most furthest flying drivers. When we have a tailwind and I can throw this one in the air, it goes really far. I don't throw it a lot when it's windy, because if you have a really kind of flippy disc, it's not really trustworthy. But in the woods, when I need something that goes far with a big hyzer, it pops up. It just rides the whole way. And yeah, this disc is also a disc that doesn't need much room to get like 150 meters. So I'm really digging this one. And I also use it for sidearms when I'm in a bad place after a really bad tee shot and I need something to scramble with. I can pop this with a forehand and it will hold the line perfectly. So kind of a get out of jail free card disc also. Then I think we have the disc that anybody who plays disc golf or plays for Team Innova has thrown this. I don't think these discs need much of a speech. I have destroyers. I have four of them. Let's start with my most understable one. I have this Halo Destroyer in really beautiful colors also. This is the disc I think I've thrown the most since I've joined Team Innova. Like, this one is already a bit flippy, but I use it for all my sidearm shots because, yeah, as you know, people who have played with me know my sidearm is not that good. So I use it all for sidearm flex shots and straight to hyzer shots, and also when I need to go big with a backhand, I will pop it in the air with a little hyzer and it will flip up and just do the whole flight for me. So it makes it easier for me. Then I have basically a same one, which is just a bit newer. This is kind of a backup for this one. So in case I lose this one, so I immediately have the second one to choose from my bag. Then I probably have my most thrown destroyer. It's also Halo one. This is just a bit more stable than these two. But yeah, this I throw pretty much 90% of my shots with a backhand. I don't throw this one with a forehand because, as you can see, it has like a little dome, and it's not that comfortable when you have a dome on a disc with a forehand. So, but yeah, with a backhand, I can pretty much trust it into any wind scenario. Throw it full power. It just does the full flight and has a dependable finish at the end. So yeah, I'm probably my most thrown, and I really like this one. So yeah. And then I have also my last one. This is a bottom stamp. I think this is Star Plastic bottom stamp destroyer, and this is quite similar to the previous one, but it just depends maybe on a day if I'm feeling one of those or one of these or one of those. It's just like a preference thing. But this one I use for sidearms. This is like my overstable sidearm disc, and also for backhand shots. So if anybody has this, or if anybody has overstable destroyers, hit me up, please. Then we have like a kind of a new disc in my bag. It's the Halo Boss. This is one disc that I still haven't figured out yet, but I really like it. It goes really far. I just haven't thrown this one enough to know when it flips or when it doesn't flip, but this is probably more overstable than the destroyers I have. So if I need a stronger finish at the end, I'll probably opt for this one. And yeah, boss is just, it goes really far. I have nothing more else to add here. And finishing off my bag, I have the most overstable disc. I have the Juggernaut. This was a disc when I joined, and I asked the guys who work at the pro shop, give me your most overstable disc, and they gave me this one. So, and yeah, they didn't lie to me, because this one is crazy overstable. And like, this is a disc that when we played last week at the Mädavusa, this was the disc I was throwing from 90% of the tee, because it's probably the only disc I always know that it doesn't matter how I throw this, how hard I throw this, it will always end left. So this is a disc that everybody needs to have in their bag, something that they can rely on 24/7, and it never fails you. And yeah, this is my most overstable one. And that was my in the bag, guys. I hope you liked it. Maybe you found something new that you want to try out from Innova. Yeah, I have nothing to add. I think these are working good for me, and I want to thank Innova for giving me the chance to play under them, and I want to thank my bag sponsor, and I want to thank everybody who's watching this video. Hope you have a nice day. Thank you.